Okay, so imagine you're standing right here with us.
Right here in the Musée Fabre. Nice and quiet.
Exactly. And before us, well, there he is.
Alexandre Cabanel's Fallen Angel.
Just look at that physique. It's kind of perfect, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Huh.
Like something straight out of a, classical sculpture.
Totally. Rivals the best of antiquity, I'd say. But then
Then you notice the details.
that single tear. It doesn't feel like sadness, though, does it? It feels like
Rage. Incandescent rage, almost.
Yeah. And see the muscles, how they're subtly flexed.
Barely contained power. It's this amazing mix, this blend of sheer beauty and just intense fury.
It really is captivating.
Utterly. And look, this isn't just some standard biblical painting, is it? It's like a snapshot.
A moment frozen.
Exactly. An emotional explosion caught right at the peak. You're seeing Lucifer right at that shattering point.
And Cabanel makes it impossible to just glance away. That intensity.
That raw feeling. That's what we're diving into today, isn't it? This really iconic, and yeah, let's face it, still pretty provocative painting.
Provocative is the word. It's way more than just a pretty picture, though it is beautiful.
Oh, undeniably.
But it sent like shockwaves through the art world back then, and even now, it just pulls you in.
It really does.
So we're going to unpack why. Why was this specific Lucifer so, revolutionary? And why does it still have this grip on us?
We'll get into the nitty-gritty,
Yeah.
how it was made, the initial reactions, which were quite something.
Spirited, you could say.
Yes, and also the artistic stuff, the literary threads Cabanel wove into it.
Okay, so let's start with Cabanel himself. Set the scene. 1847.
Right. He was young, only 24 when he finished this, which is pretty remarkable.
And already making waves, wasn't he?
Definitely. He got into the École des Beaux-Arts, a big art school in Paris, at just 17.
Wow, 17.
Yeah. Then exhibiting at the Paris Salon by 21. That was the place to be seen.
The main event.
Absolutely. And then, boom, wins the Prix de Rome at 22, this huge, prestigious prize. So clearly, he was, on the fast track, at academic golden boy.
Right, the golden boy, doing all the right things, these very proper, very technically brilliant religious scenes early on.
Sorrowful Christ, Christ before Pilate, that kind of thing.
Skillful, no doubt, but maybe a bit safe. Some critics back then thought they lacked a certain emotional punch, maybe too academic.
A little reserved, perhaps, playing by the Salon's rules.
Could be, which makes you wonder, right? Because then there's that little hiccup.
Ah, yes, the Orestes.
His nude painting of Orestes gets rejected by the Academy judges. They called it, what was it, oversized and inept?
Ouch.
Yeah.
Pretty harsh feedback for a young guy.
Seriously, talk about a knockback. But think about the timing.
Right after that rejection.
He comes back with this, another nude figure, but it's the devil.
And not just any devil. Not some, monster.
No. This incredibly beautiful, incredibly conflicted being. It's almost like he's throwing it back at them like, oh, you want drama, you want emotion, here you go.
It certainly caused a stir. I mean, this was the first time a student had ever submitted a painting of the devil to the Salon. Ever.
Really?
The first.
As far as records show for a student submission, yes. People had painted fallen angels, sure, often inspired by Milton's Paradise Lost. But Cabanel's focus here, maybe on Beelzebub, who's often linked with Lucifer, it felt really fresh. And intense. So intense.
And just whirls away from the usual image, right? No horns, no pitchfork, none of that.
Nope. Instead, you get what people called almost divine beauty.
The perfection of a Greek god, that's what they said.
Exactly. This nude, winged figure hiding his face, partly. But that hair.
Oh, the hair is amazing, like a storm around his head.
And those eyes. Well, red-rimmed. And that single tear again. You feel the heat off it.
You really do.
But what gets me is the tension. The pose seems almost relaxed, right? Leaning back.
Yeah, kind of lounging on the rocks. But look closer. Every muscle is tight. There's this coiled energy.
Poised.
Yes, poised. He's been cast out, sure. But this is that moment before he maybe fights back or plans revenge or something. Full of defeat, but also simmering rage.
And that gaze, even half hidden, that one eye just bores right through you.
It's not just sadness, is it?
No way. It's fury, it's humiliation, but also defiance. Fierce defiance.
He doesn't let you just stand back and observe. Cabanel makes you engage, makes you meet that look.
It's powerful stuff, and apparently it changed from his initial study.
It did, yeah. There's a study from the year before, 1846, and in that one, the figure looks completely crushed.
How so?
Head down, hand over the forehead, total game over posture, defeat.
Ah, okay.
But in this final painting, the head's up. The stare is direct, almost challenging you. The anger, the resentment, it's all there. But maybe something else, too, something harder to pin down.
Like the first spark of rebellion. The rain in hell idea starting to form.
Maybe. It's elusive, isn't it? And he changed the background, too.
Oh, yeah.
Made the clouds darker, stormier in the final version. Really amps up the turmoil.
And added those thorny branches near his feet. Right. Didn't see those in the study description.
Exactly. Little details, but they add this layer of, like, suffering. The harshness of his new reality.
Yeah.
Paradise turning sharp.
So, okay. He submits this. Masterpiece, we'd say now. How did the judges, the salon bigwigs, take it?
Not well. Not well at all.
Shocked.
Shocked, displeased.
Yeah.
Understatement of the year, probably. They criticized pretty much everything.
Like what?
The movement, the drawing, the way it was painted. They basically called it too romanticist.
Meaning too emotional, too dramatic, not classical enough for them.
Pretty much, yeah. Too much raw feeling, maybe, for a subject they expected to be treated differently. Or maybe just differently from how he did it.
Wow, you can just imagine him, this young guy, pouring everything into it and then rejection again, essentially.
Well, it wasn't outright rejected from the salon show, but the critique was scathing, and he was defiant about it. He wrote this letter.
Oh, yeah? What did it say?
Basically expressing frustration, saying they seem to only want average work. He wasn't going to give them average. You got to admire the nerve.
Totally. Sticking to his guns. It really highlights that constant battle, doesn't it? Tradition versus innovation.
Absolutely. The salon had its rules, its expectations, especially for religious or mythological figures, and Cabanel just threw them a curveball.
A beautiful devil. An emotionally raw Lucifer. It must have messed with their categories of good and evil, beauty and monstrosity.
Precisely. It challenged how you were supposed to depict such a figure.
And the irony is, it took him 3 more years to really win them over, right? With his death of Moses.
Yeah, a much more conventional subject, handled in a way they could accept. But looking back...
Fallen Angel is the one. It's the start of his signature style, that melodrama, that intensity. The powerful opening shot.
Couldn't agree more. It's where you really see him emerge.
Okay, so where did all this pertinent imagery come from? What was feeding into it?
Well, you can see different strands. That perfect anatomy, the idealized body that screams classical Greek sculpture, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure. He looks like a tragic hero from mythology, even though he's, well, Lucifer.
Right. But then look up at the background. All those angels fading into the light.
Ah, yeah, almost like a heavenly host.
Their poses, the way they fill the sky. It feels very Italian Renaissance. Reminds you of Raphael, maybe. Those elegant floating figures.
I can see that. Classical form, Renaissance composition. What else?
We have to talk about Milton. John Milton's Paradise Lost.
Ah, the epic poem. Huge influence.
Huge. Cabanel was definitely thinking about Milton's complex fallen angels. Especially Beelzebub, often seen as Lucifer's second in command, or Lucifer himself, proud, defiant.
Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven.
Exactly. That quote just perfectly captures the spirit you feel radiating from Cabanel's angel, doesn't it? That fierce independence.
Even in ruin, yeah. And there's biblical basis too, right? It wasn't totally out of left field to make him beautiful.
Not entirely. Revelation talks about Satan's fall, the war in heaven with Michael. But Ezekiel actually describes Satan before the fall as being perfect in beauty, adorned with jewels.
Huh. So Cabanel had precedent, even scripturally, for a beautiful devil.
He did. Which leads us back to the core question, the thing that keeps pulling you in.
That gaze.
That burning gaze. What's in it? Is it just the pain of being kicked out? Or is he already plotting?
Gathering strength, or just sinking into despair. It's so ambiguous.
It really is. And when you compare it to other famous Lucifers in art.
Like who?
Well, think of Thomas Lawrence's Satan. He looks quite grand, almost regal, defiant but majestic. Or John Martin's paintings, like pandemonium, vast, apocalyptic scenes.
Right, big dramatic landscapes, lots of figures.
Exactly. Cabanel's is so different. It's intimate. It's all focused inward on this internal struggle happening within this figure of, frankly, stunning beauty.
That's maybe his biggest achievement here.
I think so. He didn't just paint the event of the fall. He painted the immediate, raw, emotional consequence, that moment of transition.
And he forces us to grapple with the complexity. Should Lucifer just be a monster? Or can evil or defiance wear a beautiful face? Can beauty mask rage?
It's that question he leaves us with.
So Wrapping things up,
Yeah,
taking one last look here, it's clear this was just incredibly bold for its time.
groundbreaking, really.
Cabanel challenged everything, artistic norms, religious expectations, and he gave us this vision of Lucifer that's just so compelling because it's so human almost in its emotion.
That blend of classical beauty and intense, almost romantic feeling.
It's unforgettable.
It really is. And it leaves you thinking, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you look at that face, that eye, what's your reaction? Does the beauty make his fall more tragic?
Sure.
Or, more terrifying?
Does it complicate how you see good and evil? Can they be so easily separated?
And is this really the end for him? Is it total defeat? Or is it maybe just the beginning of something else? A different kind of power?
A darker reign, perhaps? Lots to mull over? Definitely food for thought. So we really hope you'll spend more time with this painting if you can. Look up Cabanel's other work, too. It's fascinating.
And explore how other artists tackled this figure throughout history. It's a rich subject.
Absolutely. And hey, if you ever find yourself near Montpellier in France,
You have to visit the Musée Fabre.
you really do. Seeing this fallen angel in person, well, it's an experience. It'll stick with you.
Definitely.